So what Steph and I want to do this year is put together a strategy behind updating our website, get to you like what we want the website to do.
Mm-hmm.
We've tried this a lot. Uh,
Yeah.
and then maybe incorporate some of the new things that are going on in the website. So I don't really know where to start. Uh,
Okay.
you've looked at the website, uh,
Yes.
and I know there needs to be some updates in there and all. So and
Yeah.
Steph is on because she's kind of built the platform for the website and updates it, does all the blogs and the calendar post and all that stuff in there. But I mean, Steph, in one word, we're just not getting a lot of people using the website, right?
Yeah, I mean, we built it, but we never really like used it for traffic, which I guess is the missing piece because I can do like content development and stuff like that, but not I don't know the logistics behind like SEO marketing and tag words and things like that to actually get people to our website.
Okay. And how about social media? What are you doing on social media?
It's kind of the same. So like it's we have a stellar page because that is a background I have in terms of like social media branding and content. But again, like I don't know the marketing aspect of it in terms of like getting followers. We only have like 100 followers and we can't
Okay.
seem to get past that.
Okay. I'm just pulling that up too really quick. So,
So if you Google comprehensive benefits, we don't come up anymore. So I know it's whatever tag words we were using before. We had somebody working on it.
mhm.
And then, we changed the platform and so that's probably one thing. And ideally, Steph, would you say we're trying to get it to interact with the public and a place for the agents to be?
Yeah, so we designed it kind of to be like a dual purpose website, I guess, which I know
Okay.
is not really heard of, but there is another like FMO that's doing it that way. So I kind of just stole their template, if you will. So for agents, like we're trying to attract agents and show what we have to offer, like why we're a better FMO. But we also wanted to still have a piece on there for the client in terms of like educating on
Mhm.
Medicare and their steps and how we can help them. So
Okay.
I don't know if the better bet is to go one direction or the other. Like we've had that conversation a million times and I
Sure.
don't know what it, like is
And
that hurting us? I don't know.
yeah. And so you said you changed platforms. So it looks like it's on Wix right now. I'm looking at it while we're talking. So if you see my eyes doing weird things, that's what's going
Is this Sandy?
on. Well,
AI.
yeah, what?
Is this Sandy or an AI?
This is Sandy.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So what platform was it on prior to Wix?
It was on a GoDaddy platform.
Okay. Can I just share my screen and then we can just sort of talk through some things on the website and then I can give you an idea of what I think what should happen to accomplish what you're trying to do and just know going in that you have an internal marketing person and the stuff that we do in that situation, we work in tandem. So it's not a replacement, it's an addition essentially. So it kind of supplements what you're already bringing to the table. But I'm just going to walk through some things and just sort of educate you a little bit about site and where you're at from an SEO standpoint and a function standpoint. And then just kind of give you an idea of what I think the best solution would be. We've got several options, but I'm going to give you what I really think you should do. And then we can go down from there if we need
Okay.
to. Okay. Are you good with that, Michael? All right. Can you see my screen okay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to ask a couple questions first. Michael, talk to me about your ideal client. Who is it? How old are they? What are they looking for?
It's anybody that is leaving their group insurance over the age of 65 that needs to get onto Medicare. Anybody turning 65.
Okay.
anybody with a disability that is, you can be 30, 40 years old with a disability to get on Medicare. So our
Okay.
bread and butter is anybody that needs a Medicare policy, whether it be prescription drug plan, Medicare Advantage plan, Medicare supplement plan, and any ancillary products like dental, vision, things of that sort.
Okay. So generally over 65, or they have some kind of a disability that would qualify them,
Yep.
right? Okay. So a few things from an SEO standpoint, just up here at the top, it says home, comprehensive benefit. So you could go into Wix and fix this right now. So you probably want to make that title tag, which is code behind the scenes. So you'd find it in the settings tab under Wix. And you want that to say Medicare insurance and St. Louis. So and then followed by comprehensive benefits. So if someone's searching for the name, it's there, but really the search term that you want to come up for is Medicare insurance or Medicare insurance help, Medicare insurance consulting, that sort of thing. So, and that's on every single page of the site. Every single page should be different, but it should be about Medicare or disability benefits. So that's just a super basic level, and that should help your issue with people Googling your name. And the other thing is just structurally. So GoDaddy is pretty terrible, and Wix is, in my opinion, just as bad when it comes to, just because here's what happens. And these platforms are good from the standpoint that you can design your own site and do it internally. And they look decent, right? So this is a good looking website. But the inherent problem with those platforms is that in order for that to be able to happen, there is so much unnecessary code on the back end of the website that it becomes a very heavy website. It's unnecessary stuff for that drag and drop capability that they give you to design. And in the past 4 or 5 years, Google started factoring in pretty heavily page speed, load time. So the weight of the website matters. And this is going to be all Wix sites, all GoDaddy sites, all, any of those platforms where you drag and drop, they're going to be very heavy, bloated websites. So you have that working against you. And the only fix for that is to pull it off the platform and design it. And, just if we end up redesigning the site, it'd be on WordPress. So it's clean, it's fast, and it's functional. And it's still, do you have any, Stephanie, do you have any experience logging into a WordPress site and making changes?
Making changes, yes, but
Not designing.
Creating on it and only briefly, and it irritated me. So that's why, like Wix, it's just a learning curve. Like I would have to learn that platform. Wix, I've worked with a bajillion times, and GoDaddy. But that's why.
Okay, so those two things are definitely hurting from an SEO standpoint. And then the third thing that's really hurting the website from an SEO site is this right here. Because no one is searching for compassion, dedication, and experience. Now, that's not to say that these are not important philosophically, because that's what you bring to the table. But the way that Google knows what you do and starts to rank the website is first by looking up here, the title tag, and then the next thing it looks at is the very first thing on the page. So this should really say, if I'm doing SEO on this website and I'm working with you, I'm coming in here and I'm saying, all right, this needs to say Medicare insurance solutions covering the entire St. Louis region or Missouri, Illinois, whatever regions that you guys service, that's what needs to be here. And then this is just a design and messaging point. So none of these people in this picture match your profile. your ideal client profile. They're all young, good looking, and pretty vibrant looking, not disabled and older, searching for Medicare solutions. So just from a messaging standpoint, I would change that. The other thing that I would do is I actually really like. It's hard for me to say that because this is the prime real estate on the website for a call to action. But this, for the age group that you're working with, this is important, I would believe or imagine, just from a trust standpoint. But what I would probably do is take this and move it, attach it to the logo real small over here, and then utilize this real estate over here for big call to action. And because of the age of the audience that you're working with, I would probably do two things. I'd put the phone number and I'd put a button to whatever you want them to do with the button. Do they get a quote, or, what do they do? Do they set up a consulting call? What do you guys do for to bring people in? What's the thing? Do you do like free
It could be
educational?
it could be a free quote, which I don't know if we get much success on that, or calling the office. My talk is
Okay. And when they call, what do they normally ask for? What do they want to do?
We're hoping that they are wanting to review or sign up for a plan. So ideally they would be turning 65 and want to seek us out for getting help with all of their Medicare stuff, or they already have a plan and they're looking to make sure that they have the best option.
Okay. So what I would do is probably a benefits review or Medicare benefits review, something like that as the call to action. And then, I would probably work some of this language here. And this is all stuff that we will do for you if you engage us. We'll write all of this and fix all of this. But like here, whatever you're looking for, we've got it. From your perspective, that's true because you're coming at it from a Medicare thing. So you bring all the stuff. But for Google, the Google has no idea what this means. Does that make sense to you? Yeah. So what we want to do is we want to reframe the language across the website all about Medicare and who the ideal customer is, because that tells Google what the website is about and why they should return it in search results when people are searching for Medicare solutions. And then just some simple stuff. It's simple, but it's important for conversions. So people come to websites to solve their problems. And generally speaking, what I like to see on websites and websites that convert better, you make it about the customer first. So I would take your Medicare consulting and I'd put it over here. And then on the menu, so I'm giving you all this information so that this is something you could just go fix. But like I said, we would fix all of this for you. Couple things. So when Medicare consulting, I'd move it over here to the first position because that's your primary thing. And then veterans, I'd move it over. I put about at the end. And I'd put agent portal somewhere over further to the right here so that you're serving your primary customers first. And then on these drop downs, so you've got Medicare consulting, and then you've got one option in the events. So given the age of your audience, that can be really confusing. I know to click on this to find out about your Medicare consulting. But when there's a drop down, if I were to look at your stats on your, Google Analytics or a heat map, I'll bet you people are getting confused because I don't know, like they don't understand. Am I going to an events page or am I gonna, they think they click on the drop down. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's just older. It's just because they're older, and that's just kind of how they function. And then I would swap these two. I'd put Medicare first and your agent portal later. So these are just some basic things. So at a high level, I would go through every single page and make changes of that nature. The language specifically, and then I haven't looked at the back end. Let's just look here.
So what we were trying to do with the agent portal is as we brought on an agent, they would get a login number. Or we would give them a login where they could get all of our back end stuff like flyers that we do. Stephanie could keep loading all this stuff in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
Call and say, hey, can you send me over a copy of, it's all in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And we just say
And
through the website.
do they all have unique logins, or is it a shared login, or what
We
is
haven't even gotten to that point yet. So that's something I don't know, is how to create like an interweb thing.
Okay. And so this is something that needs to be built out then, right?
Yes.
Okay. In your perfect world, how many of them are there, agents?
Almost 80.
80?
Almost 80. Like probably we have like 75-ish total, but not all of them are super active. I would say probably like 20 would be going in and accessing it probably.
Okay. In your perfect world, would you want them to have their own logins or separate logins?
Yeah. If those things could be customizable, then yes, they would have separate logins. That way they're not like walking over other people's work, I guess.
Okay. So there's a way to do that. It's obviously more expensive because you have to build some infrastructure in to allow people to create and reset passwords and all of that stuff. The other thing is something just to think about is that people are inherently lazy. And so if people can't log in, you're going to get more phone calls if they all have separate logins asking for help to get into the system, as opposed to having a single login that you share and maybe change it once a year or something like that, you know? So just a thought, I'll just throw it out there. But those are the kind of the pros and cons of that. I've got clients that do it both ways. But it never fails when everybody has their own unique login because they never remember it.
Right.
They end up calling the client to end up like calling you to
Yes.
get that resolved. So yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. I mean, we can definitely help, and we can definitely build out the portal side. I need to get a little more information on what you envision happening back here. So these are just things that PDFs that they could download. What else is back here or will be back here in your vision?
Go ahead, Steph.
I was just gonna say, mostly our marketing portal, which right now we've built on a Google Drive, and we're just giving them a link to the Google Drive, which is flyers and postcards that
Okay.
generally I'm doing for them.
Okay.
But in a perfect world, that's saving me time by putting the templates on there, and then they can customize them themselves and print them off and
Okay.
just things like that.
That could be put under sales tools though, right?
Yeah, or the marketing. I think that one above is marketing something or other. And then we would have our trainings on there that we would upload after we've done them, because we record all of our trainings. And then maybe even have like on the training calendar, which is that thing down below, maybe even have like an RSVP option or something, because usually they're just emailing me back to RSVP.
Okay. Okay. And then you mentioned that you have a blog. Where is that? How do I find that?
We don't have a blog. I think he was probably referring to like the newsletter. I usually upload the newsletters to the site on the veteran page we have. It gets uploaded over there, and it's just a PDF version, but
Okay. And is that email to clients or prospects, or is this just something you put on your website?
both. So I upload
Both.
it
Okay.
there, and then it gets emailed out.
Okay. And then so is your email list, is it just veterans since it's called Veteran Corner, or is it somebody else too?
So this one in particular just goes out to the agents along with the agent newsletter. That way they can send it out to their list of veterans. As far
Okay.
as our client newsletter just goes out to our client database as a whole.
Okay. And what platform are you using for that?
Constant Contact.
Okay. And how many are on your list?
I'd have to double check, but I want to say about 2000 and something.
Okay. So I'm going to stop sharing for a minute and then I'll just kind of give you what we do. So we've got what's called performance marketing program. And what we do with that is it's a 12-month commitment. It goes to month after that. And with that, we will design the website up to 5 pages, which would cover your main website, but not the back end. So I quote that out separately, the portal area. Included in that is the ongoing SEO. Do you guys use the CRM right now? Customer relationship management database or?
Yeah, yes and no. We have,
Okay.
we are using Salesforce, but we're not going to be after this year. So we're moving everybody into agency block.
Okay.
The
Okay.
CRM
So,
system in the insurance industry is a little different.
mhm,
There's a lot of things that the agents have to be able to do in a CRM system, and there's only a handful out there. There's some designed specifically for the industry that some of the agents are using. Agency block is one of them that we're looking at again. So
mhm. What do
yeah,
they have to be able to do that's
record phone,
industries?
um, store that data, mail out birthday cards, coordinate their database. What else, Steph?
Mostly, yeah, mostly it's just organizing their clients. They send out birthday cards and then being able to pull their comprehensive list every year for us, and even throughout the year because we do different marketing projects for them. So
And
we
when you
need
say their
everything,
comprehensive list, what is that? What does that mean?
like their whole entire client database with like deceased and stuff removed to where we don't have to filter through things. We just need them to
Okay.
have the ability to filter and then pull an Excel sheet or a CSV file to send to us.
Okay.
Some
All right.
are the text messages from their send out emails, doing some AI. Bryce has got one that is doing a little bit of AI stuff in there, a virtual assistant that's in there. So yeah, it's in this industry, there's a lot of people developing these CRM systems, trying to
Sure. Yeah. Well, so one of the things that we use to deliver all of these products, and not the website, we'll build the website on WordPress, but we use Go High Level CRM, which then you have full access to too. So with the performance marketing program, in addition to the ongoing SEO and the building out the website, we will do 24 pieces of long form content, which is part of the SEO program in the form of a blog around your industry, because Google looks for the robustness and the currency of the website. Recency is what I mean by currency. And then we take the blog content and we turn it into newsletter content and social media content as well. So it comes from an educational space, not when I prefaced all of this with we work in tandem because you guys have the ability to post the real-time stuff on your socials and with your clients as far as all the community work that you do, and then all of the specific stuff related to the deadlines and what you're doing in your office to get people through the office and all of that. And additionally, we build lead magnets, so we help you grow your list over that time period. So when I say the 12 months, that's the commitment time. And then the program just continues. So month to month after that. So and ideally, we've proven over the course of the 12 months that it works and you keep it going after that. But everything is included. The only thing that wouldn't be included that I add on to that is the back end of the website. So I just need to price that out. It sounds like it's not super complex, especially if you just do, a shared login. It wouldn't cost that much more. So the performance marketing program is $12.95 a month, $1,295 with a setup fee of $795 one time. And then it just goes, all that stuff is deliverable in the year. And then you decide if it's working and if you want to continue after the year or no. And then it's month to month after that.
Is that the same month to month price, Andy, then?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And it does include the CRM. So if the CRM, once you get in there, is something that you think works for you or could work for you, that price that includes that. And the Go High Level CRM does allow emailing. It allows unlimited users. So all of your agents could use it. All of the contacts would be stored in one place and be separated by tags according to your different agents. And you can also text from it, and we can set up as many phone numbers as you need. If it's just one, or if you need one per agent, we can do that. There are additional fees with the text because the carriers charge that. So it's 3 cents per text. And it's $1, I think it's $1.50 per phone number per month. So it's cheap, but it does all of that stuff. And all the automation capability is in there. The email newsletter capability is in there. All the stuff. It's one of the most robust systems I've ever seen. There is the possibility to choose the HIPAA compliant version of it, which is a little bit extra. I don't have any clients on it, but I can get you that pricing if you guys have to have that. And
Is it an owned IP address? Like only like a sole ownership, or is it shared?
Well, let me check on that. I think it is shared, but are you talking about from an email standpoint or from a HIPAA standpoint?
From email. Well,
So
both, but email is of bounce back.
From an email standpoint, we can do multiple dedicated domains. From the HIPAA standpoint, I'll have to look because I don't have any clients on that, but I would have to assume that because it's HIPAA compliant that it would. So, but I can get that information for you.
And Sandy, do you host this or?
So Go High Level is its own CRM. It's one of the bigger CRM companies out there. They specialize in working with agencies like ours. And we host the website. We use a company called Cloud Access for that, who also works with agencies. So they take care of all the backups, redundancies, firewalls, all that stuff. And then Go High Level is the platform is where all the data is hosted. So there's 2 separate things.
Something goes down, then we're covered.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I guess when we get into doing more, like the stuff that you're putting out there now with the AI and all that, is that just a matter of, that's not included, right?
Right. Yeah. And if you talked about wanting me to maybe come out and train your office, and I would just charge for my time to drive out there. And if you want a full day or half day, just let me know and we'll just schedule it. And I can send you all that in an email. Just kind of depends on what you want and what depth you want to go into. So if you can see when I did the one at the mastermind, just because there are so many questions that come up, you could easily do a full day training and get the advanced stuff in a day, but you could spend a half day just on the custom GPTs and all of that, but just up to you. But you just tell me what you want to achieve from it, and I can put together a program and come out and do it for you.
Okay. Let me discuss this with Stephanie a little bit, and yeah, we need to do something, so,
Yeah, and what we would do, so if we move forward, so your current website will stay up, and then once the new site is ready, then we just flip the switch over. And
we've done this like 4 times since we've been in business.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And each time we get it up and running, and then it gets stalled, and then it just doesn't, yeah.
Well, I hopefully illuminated the challenges with Wix. You're going to struggle. You're going to struggle if you stay there.
Yeah, I knew it was pretty low level basic, but at the time, like we just wanted a presence out there. We weren't really focusing on using it for, driving traffic. And I think we're at that point now.
Yeah.
I think we just really need to hone in on like who we want to focus it to, though. Okay. Yeah, so that's an internal conversation.
Yeah.
All right. Sandy, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're going to also talk about the training, the ChatGPT stuff and all that good stuff.
Okay, I'll
Maybe
send you a follow-up email that has all that pricing in it. And
do it on a Wednesday, maybe when you're already here.
sure.
Um, if you got time in the afternoon to bounce down here, because we're downtown.
Okay.
Beautiful
Yeah.
Soulard.
Yeah. And I honestly don't mind making a special trip either. It's fine. I've got clients in St. Louis, so I'm there
Client wise,
relatively often.
how many of you guys are working with? I mean, you guys are grown.
Yeah, yeah, we have. It's been good. I mean,
So
we're 26-year-old company now, so
cool.
it's been around a while.
Okay.
Awesome.
Any other questions, Steph?
No, not yet. I'm sure there will be once we dive into all this, but no, I appreciate your insight because some of those things, it's not stuff I've learned before. I don't have like
Yeah,
a background in it. I just have experience doing it on the fly for people that don't know what they're doing.
right.
So I figure things out, but
Yeah.
high level about the words on the page and things like that, like that's very useful information. So I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Send me over that performance marketing program outline.
Yeah, I'll send you the whole outline of what it includes and the pricing, and I'll give you a kind of a loose estimate for that back end agent portal area, just based on what we talked about, and I'll give you some information on the AI training. Oh,
Perfect.
okay.
All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks,
Everyone,
Michael.